Alrighty. Once again, we're back on stream. Let's see who's the first person. Dun 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 dun. Choices are cooking videos, soap cutting, or placid. Alrighty. Alrighty. That is a real weird fucking stream from Kusaki, but I'ma let it slide. It's a little silly. I love it. Congratulations, Hendrix. Welcome back. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Oh my goodness, things are breaking. Things are slowing down. Alrighty, slap you to the left. My fast! You were right here, Furry Cures, as well! Twice! Twice now Furry Cures has tried getting into the first, and it doesn't happen. Also, I forgot one of the things that goes off is a 3-minute advertisement, because I did not think that thingy-madoogie straight. Because I just clicked the start stream button, and I forgot, like, one of the things that my thingy-madoogie does is... Oh, actually, that reminds me. You go suck a lemon. This has been running in the background. This has just been running in the background the entire time I've been playing, which has probably been sucking some of my resources right now. First is a long time. It's your first for a long time. Another Grant stream. How did you break and come back? Stop the stream, stop the replay buffer, exit OBS, open up OBS again, and hit it. Look at Night Sky on a 15 kill streak. Just fucking hang on a second. I'm doing this while I'm, you know, not playing. Dab, 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 dab. So there you go. 15. Well, yeah, because fun fact, I've started just hiding the intro fighters in the background instead of quitting the application, because the intention is that when I go on a break or something like that, I will open up the program again. But rather than just opening it up all over again, I think I would just hide it, and then when I go on break, reveal it again. So, because right now it's just in the core overlays right now, and I should probably make it its own thing, like maybe putting it into, say, chat room, the break room. That way, those two areas, they're the ones independently with the intro fighters. And then once I'm in the games area, like this area here, it's not being presented here. But the thing is I also have it running when I do Blender shit as well. So, you know, I gotta balance where I'm gonna be using it and such like that. But yeah, don't say sucking. So yeah. The stream was way too much. No, that's okay, Big Dobe. It's all right. Like, I wanted to see what he was doing and such like that. And it was a little bit silly seeing it happening while it was happening. But, yeah, it was a bit much. And I think the reason it was a bit much... It was a bit much, and I think it's because there's multiple sounds going off. Like, the point, like, because what he's poking fun at is the idea of the TikToks that you've been, see, it's straight out of Idiocrasity? Almost. It's actually straight out of TikTok. If you observe some of the TikToks that go off, they will normally have two videos going off. What the Zeebs doing? Hi there, Soltica. Welcome to the stream. I just ended the stream and I started it up again, and amazingly enough,
sponsored by Hendrix.
Sippy time? Okay, sippy time. Amazingly enough, I'm basically starting like back in my old times of starting at 5:30, back when I was in the previous place over in, you know what, I'll mention it. Oh, damn it, I accidentally hit the reset. There we go. I used to live in Milton. I was really close to Brisbane City, so that made it so that it was like less than 20 minutes to get to wherever I needed in the city. It was fantastic. I'm no longer in Milton, however. I've since moved out from there, so I can find my own place and have like 2 bedrooms, one for sleeping and one for working. So, sippy time. Thank you for the hydrate. But yeah, so it's what Kusaki was doing is straight out of TikTok, where what some accounts do is they will get, like, say, clips from movies or TV shows, and they'll have that on the top half, and that's the audio you're listening to. Thank you for the hyper himbo. Thank you for making me swole. Don't know what happened to my shirt, however. Hang on. Let me fix that. There we go. So yeah, so... Too big for the shirt? Thank you. So TikTok will have a movie or a TV show, but like a segment or something. That's the audio you're having played. And they might have some background audio of, like, you know, some sort of low DJ thing. And then the bottom half of the video, or maybe it's the background video, that doesn't have any sound. And that will normally have, say, soap cutting, sand, someone doing like really shitty DIY, or, you know, that surfers, like, temple Boobies. Run kind of video. Boobies! So, that sort of, it's the worst form of content. Yeah, it's probably not that great, but it's what... Here's the thing. It's doing it's being able to play into TikTok's hands about, you know, really easy sort of digestible content in short form, and then so it's doing like the shorthand thingy-majiggy. It keeps your attention somehow. It's an ADHD thing, is what I've heard most of it being. Kusaki is kind of going over the top by having 4 sources and himself doing it. So actually, speaking of, I should probably now remove the intro fighters, as you guys are all, you know, here, and I'm about to start playing normally and such, but and there we go. So yeah, so Kusaki's probably going over the top with like 5 different sources happening, and all of them have sound as well, because on TikTok it's just 2 sources. How long have you been streaming? Hi, Sky Ninja. So I started back at noon. I did that for, you know, until 5 o'clock. Kusaki started streaming. I raided into him. I dipped out, and I started my stream back up again. So now the counter has been reset. The redeem, like, limit has been reset as well. So I can... So more squats, more... what's Mahuzi? More squats, more hydrates, I think, and more cookies. Because I have, like, a limit of, like, 100 cookies can be distributed by the channel alone, and 10 cookies per person. Cookie for Hendrix. See? Da-da-da-dun. Boom. Ah! Thank you, Sky, for the Prime Gaming sub.
Sky Ninja Zero.
Thank you. Thank you for the Prime sub. I greatly appreciate it. Congratulations. You don't have to worry about pre-roll advertisement or any mid-rolls that I decide to shoot off, and you get to use all these fun emotes for the month. Look at them. Look at all these boys. Hey, who's trying to take a look at my titties? Who was that? Hendrix. Ooh. Oh, he's just trying to get a look at the goods. Alrighty, so we got a river here. We got some bass.
Did you see it?
What did I miss? Alright, ding, ding, dink. Cookie! Oh, you missed the cookie. Sorry. It got like eaten by my titty. Dink. Dunk. Swim up. I love how this uses no energy, this whole swimming up thing. Cookie! Interesting. And yep. And there we go. Who is that guy? A Metro Wizrobe. Boobies! Boobies! Got him. Cookie for Hendrix. Ow.
Furry Cures 1221 thinks you should do 20 squats.
There we go. Alrighty then. Let me do my 20 squats then. Hello, Masonic. Welcome to the stream.
Check out my pecs, little man.
Check it out. Oh, I'm no longer Hyper Himbo. And I have my shirt once again. You just missed it, Furry Cures. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Thank you for the 20 squats. You missed what? Oh, you missed me being able to do my squats while hyper himboed and topless. That's all I wanted to share. Alrighty, let's have a look. Drop you. Grab the ruby rod. Alright, so we got 2 ruby rods. Let's... Alrighty then. Let's swap to the glide outfit. That way, you know, if I go over my mark, I'll just, you know, drop myself down. Ding dong, ding dong. Da 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 dun dun dun. Da 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 dun 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 dun. Da 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 dun dun dun. Da dun dun dun. There we go. So this is construction jobs. Let's have a look. Is there anyone here with a mission? How did I not see this town from that tower there? Like, that tower is right there, and somehow I didn't see this town all this time? Also, the fuck is all this?
Boobies!
Boobies! Huh. Interesting. Johnny Tight Lips, where'd they shoot you? I ain't saying nothing. But what will I tell the doctor? Tell him to go suck a lemon. Welcome, Spartan. Welcome to the stream. What do you... You want to know why there's a phrase called go suck a lemon? Ooh, actually, hang on. Do I have that guy's scales? Let me have a look. What's his name? Dinroll. No, I don't have his scales. Okay. Alrighty then, chat. We have ourselves... Alright, let me see. Alright, hit the minus, go to the compendium, and we need... Oop. Target with sensor. Alright, we're gonna use this thing to shoot ourselves up, and then we're gonna go jump onto Drinnail. Alright, so there's the lightning going off there. Oh shit. I'm gonna need to get out of this storm. There we go. Alright, there's our dragon. There's our dragon. We gotta go try and get to him. So he's really... Okay, so he's a bit of a distance. What is... Oh yeah, he's quite a distance. Alright, let me see if I can get closer with this thing. I hope there's no, like, time dilation because of the whole transporting thing. I always thought the transporting thing was instant. Alright. Alright, here we go. There he is. Actually, no, what am I thinking? I should use... Hang on, let me just... Alright, nope. Where was my most recent creation? The one with all the fans. There we go, this fella, here. Because what we'll do is we'll chase after him with this. Hi there, Bone. Welcome to the stream. We're chasing after a dragon. I know you can't see it right now, but there is a dragon down there. You see the red? Hang on. Let me zoom in for you. You see that? Ooh. 30% himbo. Nice work. Could be higher, but, you know, it's a good start. Oh, look at Bone. 71... Oh, did the thingamadiggy not go off? Weird. 71% himbo. I don't know why that didn't go off.
Quote 317. Hi Bone, how is your 68 kilograms ass?
How is it, Bone? How's your ass? I'm chasing with the rock. Oh yeah, this rock can do that.
Quote 400. As you can see, I am not wearing panties.
Alrighty, so we want to go for the scales, which we can kind of just grab from anywhere on the body. So, alrighty, and a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Yep, got it. Ooh. Got it! Drinral scale, I got it. Now I need to figure out where my bike has gone. My bike is missing. Oh, what did Spartan get? 86% himbo. Nice work. Sorry I didn't see your thingy-majiggy in the top left. Ah, now everyone's getting ready to do the himbo and cute spam. See where they get. Alrighty, chat. Here we go. We're gonna go for this horse here. Ow! The fuck? Dick! 32% himbo for Savage. Hi, Savage. Welcome to the stream. Howdy, howdy. How's it going? Howdy, 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 howdy. Oh, look. I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Oh. God damn, these horses are assholes. Alright, where's my... I do not see my bike anywhere. What's the cooldown? You can only check once a stream, basically. That's the, or once a day is basically the idea behind the himbo check. Also, heyo. Heyo! 32% is fairly low for Savage. Savage is normally a lot more himbo than that, but he didn't really do well. Oh, but look at him. 72%. A real cutie patootie. Real cutie patootie. There we go. The horse is racist. They don't like zebras. Yeah, apparently horses just don't like zebras. We're too independent, that's why. Fun fact, that's why we've not domesticated zebras. Because when you go and, excuse me, I now need to go up to this thingamajiggy. When you... 98% cute. Nice. Good work. That's a real high rating. But yeah, when you go and capture horses, for instance, horses are a pack animal, so if you grab one of them, everyone else behind the that particular horse follows that horse. So if you have already like a fairly good way of capturing the horse that's at the front of the pack, you rather than capturing one horse for the efforts of one, you can capture like dozens if you want. Zebras don't have that sort of mentality. Like, there are a large number of zebras, but zebras are relatively independent, where unless you're getting one that has kids or something, the zebras will just fuck off. Because their reasoning for it is because if a crocodile, a lion, or whatever kind of big cat decides to grab a zebra, there's very little you can do to rescue that zebra, so you just run off and you just keep going. Well, did you find anything about the fifth sage? You found the Sage of Spirit? Minoru? This is incredible! That means we have the 5 sages! Fantastic work, Grant. No, that is slander, Sir Dragon. That is nuh-uh. We are the equestrians, okay? We are equestrian family, thank you very much. Zebras are a queen. We're part of the equestrian class. We're not fucking donkeys. We're zebras. We're striped horses. Can't believe that this is actually one of the sages who faced off against the Demon King alongside Princess Zelda. And now we have news about the princess. That's some relief in that, at least. So, in the ancient past, Princess Zelda worked to restore the decayed Master Sword and return it to your hand, trusting that you would defeat the Demon King in the present day. She did so much all on her own. What? The Master Sword was restored? When were you planning on telling me? And it was found on the head of a white dragon of all places? That's hard to believe. However, this was Princess Zelda's wish, one she believed in so strongly that she gave her life to see it through for us.
Quote,
thank you for finding the sword, Link. I have to say,
it was saying that they were out of juice.
You really don't look quite yourself, unless you've got the Master Sword at your side.
Check it.
Now then, it seems you have all you need. You're prepared to face our enemy. Nice. Crisis at Hyrule is complete. We need to determine where the Demon King is lurking. It seems unlikely he'd still be in the Hyrule Castle. I can't think of any place he'd be here on the surface. That would mean that it's the depths! Well, wouldn't you say there's a high probability that he's in the depths? Do what you think best, of course, but my suggestion is to ask Joshua for any information she may have. She's enthusiastic about investigating the depths, so I'm sure she'll be happy to help out. Whoa! So the Demon King is in the deepest depths of the depths, or deepest reaches of the depths, far beneath Hyrule Castle. As usual, you're one step ahead of me, Link, and you look so calm and collected despite what we're up against. You navigated the depths, which are incredibly dangerous and home to all sorts of nasty creatures. Not to mention all the gloom down there. It must have been a really challenging investigation, and yet you did it. Thank you, Link. Thank you so much. Joshua turned out to be pretty capable, eh? That kid was working tirelessly to gather information. She wanted to be of use to you. Make sure you let her know her help was valuable, yeah? With this, preparations are complete. Now our target is the deepest reaches of the depths beneath Hyrule Castle. Of course, I'll let all of the sages know right away when you head to face the Demon King. You're not alone in this. Princess Zelda's final wish. Please hit the demon right in the face for me. Nice. So, we now have our main mission, and I am going to go to a Great Fairy, and we are going to improve one of the gears that I'm currently wearing, because I want to wear Zelda's stuff. Or sorry, I want to wear Link's cool ass equipment. You sort of blanked out on everything but Big cat grabbing a zebra. Yes. Big cats grabbing a zebra are, you know, a problem. But that's what you call the tigers, the lions, the cheetahs, the pumas. They're big cats. They're just in that, and they're in that, like, fun little category of, aw, ain't they sweet? Oh, shit, they're packing heat. You want to wear Zelda stuff? No, I want to wear Link stuff. I want to wear... I want to wear his sky gear here. Because when I get it, because one, it will get me like 20 defense, and its bonus set will give me an increase in attack. And plus, we get to see the big woman. Bears are not cats. Bears are ursine. They're like nowhere related. Alright, we enhance this. And she blows a lovely little kiss. No, Kusaki has not grabbed me. Don't be ridiculous. There we go. We're gonna increase this to just full, because I think all it takes is star fragments and sapphires, thankfully. And she gives us another kiss. Trousers of the sky, yes. Da-da-da-dun. She has a very, like, moany sort of voice. Cheetah is pred, but why friend? A lot of cats and bears are friend-shaped as well. But unfortunately, you can't do much with bears. They're not a great pet to domesticate, unfortunately. So yeah. If I could, I would try and increase, like, say, the Phantom armor set. So, because it gives me, like, 8 thingamadiggies, but, yeah. None of this can get enhanced, which is unfortunate. Alright, final enhancement of the trousers. Why do they make them so sexy? I reckon the great fairies that we're seeing here are inspired by drag performers. Because they've got the really big hair, they got the flamboyant makeup, they got like this, you know, very alluring but not very, like, you know, scandalous attire, so to speak. Alright, so we fully upgraded that. We are now gonna upgrade the Tunic of the Skies now. Cookie for Luna! Here's your cookie, Luna. Welcome to the stream! What do you think of the big woman? Then there's Cass and the Ritos. Yeah, they're birds. They're not predators. Da-da-da-da-dun. Alright, there we go. I can probably, like, I'll try and, like, skip this. This is one of my pet peeves about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is... like, when you're doing repetitious things, such as cooking or enhancing, like, you have to go through all of this, like, each and every time. And I'm just sort of like, that's cool and all, but please give me an option just to, you know, grab everything at once and do the upgrade all at once, rather than, you know, sitting here with each of the upgrade screens. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, enhance away. Alright, so we fully upgraded that. Now we enhance the Cap of the Skies. She blows us a kiss first. And then she gives us like a little like finger peck thing. Dun 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 dun. You're passing out. Have a great rest of the stream. Not to worry, Hendrix. Thank you for coming along to the stream. I greatly appreciate it. I hope the afternoon stream was a good idea. Because normally I do I do mornings on Sundays, and then I do evenings on my work day. So I'm curious if, the afternoon stream was a bit of a good idea where I start at say the afternoon, 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. And then I go on until, maybe 3 p.m. or 6 p.m. The time zones. Yeah. Time zones are not fun. Australia does not make it fun because the US is maybe 4 or 6 hours behind Greenwich Mean Time. Meanwhile, England is on Greenwich Mean Time. But then Australia is 10 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. You like these times for me? The afternoon ones or yeah, the afternoon ones I think you're saying. Because right now we've just crossed into the evening and you're saying, yeah, you're tired. Alright, so we got that. We can't enhance any of those because we don't have the trouts for it. That's been maximumed. This requires stuff we don't have. That's been maximumed. The frog stuff we can enhance. And the rock climbing. And then this gives us shock. This gives us thingy. We can max enhance that. The soldier equipment might be a good one. But yeah, we're gonna go... Yeah, alright, we should have everything we need. You have +1 for Greenwich? Yeah. So, meanwhile, Japan is +6 or something. Alright, and because we got the set bonus, we get an attack increase as well. Alright, so we can grab 2 more thingies. That's nearly broken. Alright, put that on... Oh, I just put it on the wrong thing. I'm an idiot. There we go. Alright, so that's increased it to 75. That is the 8-fold blade with the silver Lionel horn. That is the Master Sword with Nadia's horn. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to destroy that fuse. And then... I am going to need... I wonder how effective these things are. Give me a second. So first magic wand. And then... Does this work? No. Okay. Who woke in gems. Okay, so I need to use gems with it. Alright, gems. And when fused, it also imbues that weapon with the power to shock. Let's see, does this do what I want? No, doesn't do it either. Alright. Alright, so these things have to... Oh, almost. Alright, so we already got a ruby, so I need to do... Where is the weapon? By type, thank you. Alright, so we already done the ruby. We gotta do sapphire and topaz next. Sapphire and topaz, because what happens is that it shoots it out in 3s. All right, and then this one's a big one which does topaz. We got this guy here which 55, 51, 50. Rude. I'm gonna do this. Actually, no. Horns should still... And then decrease that. There we go. And then we got this guy, which is more resilient. All right, we got those applied. And then we got fire on that. Actually, we can probably drop that one because that doesn't really offer us utility. And then we've got this gloom sword for, like, you know, for later. And then... Oh, well, I'll figure that nonsense. All right, so... So we need to get down to those depths there. All right, let's head to this light route here. We're doing... Actually, hang on. I'm going to go for a short piss. Hang on a second. I need to go to the bathroom, I'm sorry to say. Turn on the intro fighters, get the music. I'm going to do a quick bathroom break. So then that way, you know, I'm not, you know, busting for a whiz or anything like that in the middle of a boss fight. And it will give you guys an opportunity as well. So, sorry, give me a second. Give me a second. Yes, there were keyboard noises.
Trời ơi. Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. I can't do it. I don't have the accent to do it, unfortunately. I don't have the accent to do it. Oh yeah, Hendrix with the bow and arrow. Yeah, he's gonna be something. Alrighty then. Alright, we head back into the stream. We turn this off. And I forgot to turn off the fan. For some reason, the fan and the light are not the same switch. There we go. Alrighty then. Eee! I can do it again. Watch. See? Eee! Alright, here we go. No, not keyboard and mouse. That was dumb of me. I'm not using a keyboard and mouse. I am using a controller. Alrighty, let's get the Master Sword out. I didn't find the Master Shield. So, like, I know it's somewhere Too bad it doesn't loop when spammed. Yeah, it doesn't loop. So yeah, because I know it's somewhere around this area. It's not in Princess Zelda's room, as far as I know. Like, hang on. If I go... select... Oh. That's not what I wanted to use. Turn it off. Yeah, I don't know where in this area this, like, Master Shield is. But, you know, that can... there we go. That can be for another time. Okay, I guess it doesn't want us trying to get to it from there. Alright. Thankfully, I left a travel medallion down. You know what? I'm gonna search for it. Hyrule Shield. How to get the Hylian Shield in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Alright, here we go. So we need to get to... They can be found at the docks near Hyrule Castle. Before setting off, you'll need some methods of starting a fire. Alright, so I just need to find the docks, which are somewhere around here, no doubt. Press B. Oop. So there's world map. So there's the moat. Alright. But yeah, so from the castle, we can probably make our way into the underground thingy-majiggy. First and foremost, let me actually wear the gloom gear for a bit, because then that way that gives me, like, gloom resistance. So it just needs to, like, raise its thingy. 1, 2... Is that who I... Alright, Alright, that looks to be a dock. And I get myself a Korok Seed. Yeah! If I had 25, then I could get, like, an additional weapon slot, but unfortunately I cannot, so... The best we can get is... Actually... Do I have enough room for... no, I do not. Okay, dropping you, so then that way I at least have room for a shield. You're a cart. So we got a sword there. Oh, what is that? What is that? There we go. So they're dead. And Phantom Ganondorf is somewhere. Phantom Ganon! There he is! Yeah, he's gonna be a bit of a pain. And he's got, like, a long thingamadiggy. There we go. We get ourselves a cool Gloom Spear. Another Demon King's Bow. The Demon King's Bow is actually really good now that we have more health as well. So, don't knock it till you try it. Alrighty, use you to break the boxes. Oh, wait. I forgot. Alrighty. I need to find some braziers. Oh, here's one of them.
Yeah.
There we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alrighty. Now we get the cool shield. A shield passed down the Hyrulean royal family along with the legend of the hero who wields it. Its defensive capabilities and durability outshine all other shields. Awesome. Alrighty. Now we use the travel medallion. We get out of the castle and we go underneath the castle next. Should be interesting. I should also probably double check if I have enough food. Probably would be a good idea. Because I'm gonna need some gloom shit. Hang on a second. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, cool. So we got the full restore stuff. We got some sunny fried wild greens to restore our thingy-majiggies. Extra what's-a-who's endurance. Heat resistance. You know what? I'm just gonna eat some of this heat resistance. Because it's a bit of a waste. And then we have this defense up, movement, stealth. We got a fairy tonic. And then we have all this seared gourmet meat. We have all this meat that we can, you know, just really quickly scoff down in case of any big damage, and we'll just be like, nom 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 nom. Alright, Master Sword. The Helion Shield. And then... Meow. Look at us. We are so absolutely ready for this fight. Can you feel it, chat? Alright, so... what we need to do is get underneath. And the best way to do that is... let's find this hole. There it is. Alrighty. You ready for this, chat? Meow. Meow. I can't see a fucking thing. Alright. Alright, okay, maybe I need to wear this gear to figure out... oh, actually, hang on. Is that what I think it is? Bonk. Yes, it is. Awesome. The Cambobaturus Light Root. Alrighty then. Hi there, Jin. Welcome to the stream. Horse. Zebra, thank you very much. I am a zebra. Zeebs. Excuse me. There we go. All right, this should hopefully light up the area a little bit more, giving us a better look. Yay. Dunk. All right, we're totally fine. Alrighty. We now wear our Zelda gear. There we go. Alrighty then, chat. You made it just in time, Jin. No, I'm not a donkey. Don't listen to Dragon. Dragon would love to have you think I'm a donkey when really he's just a Komodo lizard. Uh-huh. The glooms approach. And... alrighty. Bomb. Okay, I should probably save that for later and use one of these. I don't have a lot of arrows, so we're gonna need to be mindful about that. There we go. Alright, and then I can use you to traverse this gloom. Thank you for the fart. Alright. Ooh, I can actually attach the Knight's Halberg. That way, we have a means of, Oop. Alright, what's in you? Nice. Ow. God damn, these guys. Ow! Alrighty. So that's that. Cool. You still have both your things. Where to from here? So there's the roots. Ah, I guess it wants me up there. Halberd. It's a halberg, isn't it? Or halberd? It's either a D or a G. Oh, Jesus. They're giving their most annoying ones, aren't they, to us? Oh. God damn it. Of course they give us one of their toughest battles. Well, I'm not fucking around. Unless... Of course this guy wants to charge me. Alright. Oh, I can't bring that out yet. Cookie for Otto! Where did my shield go? Give me a second. I'm gonna need to find my shield. Where did my shield go? Shit! There it is. I was wondering where it went. Ah. It's with a D. Halberd. Halbert is like a food or something. Alright, so sort that by that. Sort that. Alright. Let's see. It enables quicker charges. Yields more powerful sneak strikes. Hmm. Alright, does this work? Mm-hmm. Oh, did that too soon. Ow. How long does it take for the Master Sword to recharge? Well, at least we get arrows up the wazoo from you. Savage Lionel Shield. Cannot carry any more melee weapons. Cannot carry any more bows. Alrighty, so all that is down to 26. 44. There we go. Oh, actually, it'll probably tell me in the, Master Sword recharges in 10 minutes. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna need more of yous. Alrighty. Alrighty, so, first and foremost... Where is... There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And then... Alright, what are some recipes I've used with you? How about with you? I've used no recipes with you. No recipes with you. Alright, so. Is known for its natural slice in its cap. Eating it fosters you competitive spirit. Use it when cooking to protect. That will increase your strength. And then a gourmet, and then a rock salt. There we go. A mighty salt grilled gourmet meal, giving me attack up for 4 minutes, and it gives me like 2 points of that stuff as well. Alrighty. All right, let's eat. I'm just gonna eat all this nonsense. Alrighty. Where was I going? Was I meant to be going up there? No, because that's taking me out. I need to go in. Unless there's something up there. Let's see. Alright. Gloom resistance, where are you? There you are. Alright, just need to wear this for a little bit to get some hearts back up. Color me curious. What could possibly be up there? I think there's something up there. It looked like there was a light source and shit, so... Huh. Just a different way of getting there, I suppose? Yep, probably just a different way of getting here. What's this way? Oh boy. Ow. Alright, move you out of the way. You will go back up, but hopefully, because of the lack of an obstacle in the way, so it puts you there. There we go. That will be a much easier traversal upwards. And there we go. No, nothing there. Where is this taking me? Hopefully this doesn't take a majority of my time getting lost and trying to find where we're meant to go next. Nope, it just decides to put me there. Okay. Wrong way yet again. Here I was thinking I was going the right way. This can only... What? Alright, hang on. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. Gets me a lot closer than last time. And then... this thing. This giant fucking chasm. There's no, like, further way down. Yeah, there's no, like, further way down. There's just this giant route here. Oh! Thank you, Jin, for the scan. I hope I look majestic. Alright.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't... I don't...
Did you see it?
Alright. No thoughts, head empty? Yes. That is currently where I am at with all this. Huh. Because... Alright, so that route is infectious. When the 5 sages of Awakening entrusted you with their power, you also determined the demon during the depths investigation. All that's left now is heading to the deepest area of the depths beneath Hyrule Castle and defeating the Demon King Ganondorf. Well, okay. So this wouldn't be the deepest because we're able to go deeper, but there isn't any other way, like, to go down. Like... There's no gap here. The only other direction of down is, like, you know, maybe following these tree roots, but, you know, there isn't a way of being able to, like, turn around afterwards. Because it's just, you know, you go up a different way.
Bone Masked Dog thinks you should do 20 squats.
Alrighty then. 20 squats time. Here we go. Mert. Alright, here we go. 20 squats time. Big stretch! Big stretch! Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats. Thank you for the 20 squats. Alrighty. So then there's here. Going up that way just, you know, leads me away. And then... yeah. There's no other... there's nowhere else to go. An hour in and you have 160? No, that's because of a previous stream. I ended this stream and got into another one. It's not really, you know... okay, so that's where... so that's where the portal is. And then this is the deepest depths. There's all these roots. Huh. Hmm. Cool, the Master Sword is being restored, but... and then we've got... we got this area here. And then if you, like, climb up into here... we had to... ow. We had to then, like, drop down to here, deal with some bats. Like... so yeah, because going out that way just has us end up where the frost thingy-majiggies are. There was a Lionel here. That just helps us get back up, in a way. Yeah, there's like... there's no real rhyme or reason as to how to get from, like... hang on. Hi there, Jin. Oh, like, maybe that? But the thing is that just, you know, goes that way. Like, unless that is the deep... that's probably the deepest depth, because it's an indication of... oh, and then, weirdly enough, this thing drops down again. That's probably why it has that elevation difference on the map. And then... alright, so move you... actually, no, we don't need to move you... side, because... so that goes all the way up. We let you drop for a little bit. Nope. Please drop straight down. There we go. Alright, ding dong. You know what? You're probably on the money. That's probably what it wanted me to do. It's probably... it was probably a weird ups and downs, like, nonsense. So, now I, like, run through all this. So now this is now we're technically getting into deeper area. And we just need to, you know, get rid of all these things. Alright. Let me put on the gloom shit. Okay, so that does gloom attack resistance, which is nice. Disguise and bone weapon proficiency. Alright, now. I'm just gonna run through all this. Here we are. Bone weapon. Yeah, so the power of a sage cannot reach you. Which one is this one? Okay, so it's not problematic. And then we've got all this gear. Alright. So the sages can't get down here? Alright, and then we got mighty zonite weapons. You don't remember boning a weapon? Lol. Okay. Alright. Oop. And then we got a moblin over there. There we go. Get fucked. You telegraph your moves very strongly. Jump too soon. Jump too soon. There we go. Gloom Spear is mine. Giving me Dark Clumps and a Demon King's Bow. There we go. Interesting area here. There we go. You tried Dr. Pepper and Wait, Dr. Pepper made a cereal? Is that what you're saying? Alrighty. Sages would have been very useful here. There would be one very particularly helpful sage who could have helped in this area. Unfortunately, he is not here, so I have to throw these bombs. And completely avoid that moblin. Oh, I remember this place. This is where we were at the start of the game. Alright, we must be getting close. Alright, switch back to Link's gear. And then... Alright, let me eat some greens. There we go. And then... Thank you for the royal broadsword. And then the zonite. There we go. Bomb time. And now we're back here. Oh, you tried Dr. Pepper instead of milk. That is weird. What the fuck? Don't think I'd ever want to try that combination, to be real with you. Interesting. So we got these murals. The Demon King made his army. descended upon the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sages, or, you know, warriors. One of them reforged the Master Sword and became a dragon. Cool. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice. It gave my Cheerios a cherry flavor, so it was like Cheerios. Still wouldn't do it. Sorry, just gotta be frank with you. Alright, the deepest depths. The Gloom's Lair. Interesting spot. Music is getting a little bit weirder as well. Slowly but surely, we make our way down. How are we still getting light here? Here we go. Hey, there they are.
You don't have to fight all by yourself, you know?
Nice.
When we fight together, we're unstoppable!
I'm gonna make my ancestors proud today, Link. I'll fight by your side.
Yes. Sup, Sidon?
Link, we shall protect Hyrule together.
The Gerudo owe you for your help. You can count on me.
I will atone for my past failure. It is time to stop the Demon King.
Nice. All right, here we go. We're gonna use this. Ow. Bomb. No improved swords. I was really hoping for like fully like restored weapons, but I guess everything has to be decayed here. Oh boy. There we go. Gonna tell you something sucking. You've eaten Cheerios and orange juice. Well, orange juice is already like a breakfast drink, I suppose, so that's not like the craziest thing. There we go. Easy as pie. I refuse to be cute. I'm incapable of it. Oh my goodness, so many! There we go. All right. Give us Ganondorf. All right, destroyed.
That gloom. It means but one thing. The Demon King is there. Huh?
It's all the bosses. God damn it.
There are obstacles in our path, but our foe is mistaken if he thinks this will stop us.
Hopefully all you guys will be able to take on the bosses yourself.
Don't worry about us. Link, we'll take care of this, Goro. You ready to see the power of a sage?
We'll be fine. We already beat them once. This will be a breeze for sure.
It is time, Link. The rest is up to you.
Oh. Totally forgot that we had a boss fight for our mecha. Alrighty. I guess we go deeper.
Disappointing.
You've not been fully restored, have you?
This world should be shrouded in darkness, not bathed in insufferable light. All these weak, peace
gonna make yourself more powerful? Is that what's happening?
Regardless, I will reshape this world as it was meant to be. I will crush any opposition. I will rule. That is what a king must do.
You'll lose.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival. And the birth of his new world.
Okay, so he doesn't have a unibrow, but I think his eyebrows are going into, like, the side of his hair as well. Hell yeah. Ow.
Is that all?
I'll figure this out. Don't you worry, chat.
How about this?
Nice try. Ow. Okay, well, at least he does a jump. Did it.
What a feeling. I'd almost forgotten the thrill of battle. That feeling as blood surges in my veins. And I am not even near the limits of my power.
Master of the Secret Stone, apparently this time now. Oh, I'm sorry, how long? The bar is still going. The bar just went twice as long. It disappeared into chat.
Enjoy these final moments. I will be taking far more than your arm this time.
Cool.
time to finish him off, Link.
Thankfully, his spear is like the easiest one for me to counter. And now I'm getting a bit greedy. A health bar so long it hit Masonic in the head in his chat. Oh, did not know the shield could do that. Alright, let's see how the Ancient Blade does. Ooh, that did it. Oh! Oh, it's not getting rid of them like partially. It's getting rid of them entirely this time. Yeah, there we go. It's getting rid of them entirely. I had like 24, 25 points of health, and now he's just like disintegrated some of them. Ooh, that... I'm really glad I was able to get my health increased to the level that it did. Because, oh, Jesus.
The immortal will not stand in my way.
Uh-oh. He's gonna eat it and turn into a dragon, isn't it?
Everything. Sacrifice it all to destroy you. And cast this world into eternal night.
Did he just like shove his hand? You just needed to like, you know, go, you didn't need to shove your fucking hand in there. It looked like he just shoved his entire hand into his mouth then to give himself the gem. Oh, God. Dragon Demon Daddy? Oh my gosh. Can I bonk you? I want to bonk you. No, I can't bonk you for whatever. I can't bonk you via the deck. Hang on a second, but I can go bonk via... I can bonk you this way.
Becky. Lemon
Smash. Bonk. There we go. Get bonked. He looks very similar to, like, the Calamity thingamadiggy that we had to deal with in Breath of the Wild. Jesus Christ, he's massive. You can't go and bonk me, Alto. I'm not being horny here, you're being horny. And besides, the point of the bonk is for horny shit. Oh, we're boned. And there's Ganon. Ah! Oh, look, there I am. How am I not crushed? Oop. Yay! She saved us. Yeah, these are very noodly like dragons. Alrighty. We got a fight on our hands. Alright, how am I supposed to deal? You can definitely see the Asian influence with our... Well, yeah, Nintendo's is a Japanese company. Alright, how do I deal... What the f... Oh, jump off. And then... Oop. I need an eyeball. Where is it? Oh, it's not that one. Okay. And I am really low on energy, so we're just gonna drink this real quick. No. Okay, I'm gonna need to go for another glide. Alright, climb back up. Okay, I see the eyeballs now.
Becky. Lem smash.
Why are you bonking Jin? Why? What did Jin do? Are you gonna catch me? Thank you. You typed it wrong. Of course you did. Okay. And jump off. Ow. Alright, let me just... Thank you. Alright, I can see the two things off on his back. Yunk. Here we go. Three, two, one. No, too far. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the dragon lady? There she is. It's the snoot squishy on the Zeebs. Yes, this... Wait, are you saying my snoot or this dragon's snoot? I feel like this dragon's snoot has to be squishy in order for me to be able to, like, just go, like, yep, let me just jump. Let me get caught by it and jump off and shit. Alright, so there's the thing. Uh-huh. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh. I see what you're doing. It's not gonna work. Alright, so where's the final one? Is it just like his actual eyes down there? Well, the blood moon is turning red, so that's not a good sign. The zebra snoot. Oh. I've not made it, like, squishy, I don't think. I think horse snoots are squishy to some degree. Ah, I see what we're shooting at. There we go.
Big stretch.
Ugh, big stretch. All right. Final attack. And like that, Ganondorf goes down. Horse snoots are squishy. Nice. I know they were warm. Because my interpretation of the horse snoot is that they're probably like dog snoots, but not wet. Or maybe they are like, you know, what to get into the... Similar to dog snoots. Let's just put it that. Is he gonna explode? I reckon he's gonna explode. Yep. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. That is a fucking nuclear kind of explosion there. God damn. You think it would have been neat if the other dragons came to fight the abomination? I wonder if that was a thought they had, like having the 3 different, like maybe the 4 different dragons, like, you know, like flying around and such, so then that way it wasn't just the light dragon, but... Huh? Are we gonna lose our arm? Also, it's weird that we've not seen Ramu. Like, after we left the island, we've not seen them. Also, hi Sapper. Welcome to the stream, Zapper. There he is. And there's Sonya as well. We've only seen the Goat Man on the tutorial island. I've not seen him pop up any other time afterwards. Flashbang again. Hey, she's no longer a giant dragon. Zelda is just Zelda now. we lost our clothes. Oh no, she's falling to her death. Alrighty then. Looks like we're doing some. Dive to Zelda. Yes. Hopefully we get to her soon. There we go. Oh, we have both our arms back this time. Okay. We have both our arms back, and this is obviously like a little, little tip from the start of the game when we tried reaching for Zelda, but we couldn't reach because our hand was like all messed up and shit. And we're about to fall. You're lucky that the physics of water does not apply in this world like it does in Legend of the Zelda. Incredible.
Link, how are you? I was... We reached you, after all.
Yep.
He's gone. The Demon King.
All thanks to you.
Not in a dream, right?
Nope, not at all.
You did it. Oh, Link, you really did it. But how am I... No, I understand. I had been sleeping all this time. But when I felt something, like a warm, loving embrace, I woke up.
And I can see Castle Hyrule is still, being extra fucking lofty.
Thank you. Link, I met such wonderful people. I saw Hyrule as it was. I have so much to tell you. So much happened.
Nice.
Oh, Link, I'm home.
Quote 47. I haven't been cursed by duck. Degrees.
Yep, no cursing at all. None whatsoevers. Nice and slowly. Nice. Dun, 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 dun. Cookie for Zapper. Here's your cookie. Excellent. We went through Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. My god, there was a lot in there. Where does it drop us after we've done all that? What is our new cutscene? Mm-hmm.
I can't believe such an impressive landmass can float in the sky.
I can't believe you're
Just when I
being
thought
amazed
I'd
by
start to
shit.
figure the Zonai out.
Everyone, I am glad I was able to bring you all here. I wanted to share this view of Hyrule with all of you.
Whoa. I've never been this far up before, Goro.
Wow, what a sight it is. And Zelda, you were roaming the skies all along?
Yes, she was a big dragon.
Yes. Although
I didn't nuke Hyrule, okay? That was all Ganondorf's
I
fault.
thought I would actually stand here again.
Blame
This is
Ganondorf for the
only a
nuking.
theory, but Raru's power of light and Sonia's time power. For Zelda to transform back, they both must have channeled their abilities through you, Link.
I see.
Now it seems it is my time.
Minoru!
Do not worry. You have overcome the burden my era left to you. You have proven yourself, and you no longer need me. I know I can move on, join Raru and the others, and the world will be safe.
Too bad you can't keep the stone arm. I bet you, like, we're gonna be able to.
Here.
Oops.
Swear on our lives to support Princess Zelda and...
I thought they planned right all that. But yeah, I reckon, you know, once we get back into, like, you know, the actual exploring of the world and shit, we'll just magically have our arm back.
Princess Zelda and safeguard the land of Hyrule!
To just because they're like, oh, here you can continue exploring again before you face Ganondorf. Just be aware you can't face Ganondorf again.
Raru and Sonia will be happy to hear of this.
But Minoru...
Good.
And I'll let them know just how much you care. Thank you all.
And they're all the Zonai are like deceased. Does she have sculpted on like abs on her fucking shirt?
King Raru. Queen Sonia. Minoru. The ancient sages. They wished not only to save Hyrule from the Demon King, but for it to see eternal peace. I will dedicate myself to that goal. Now, and for all time. My friends, with all of your strength, stand with me.
Nice. Oh, now they hit us with the Zelda tune. Did you hear that in the background where it's like da 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 da. They did that like way, way, way back into the end. Let's fucking go! There we go. And that is the end of Tears of the Kingdom. I will never have to visit that game again. It's over. Done. Never playing. And the Switch is now, like, not going to be used for, like, several months now, unless there's, like, a party game of Mario Kart or something or rather playing. I also forgot to start playing the music in the background again. My mistake. Let me do that. There we go. Alrighty then. That is going to be it for tonight. That is it for games. I can probably, you know, stick around a little bit longer if you want before I like hop off, because yeah, normally I stream until 9 p.m. and something or rather. Today I started at 12. I jumped out at like 5 o'clock ish, just so we can raid into Kusaki, and now I'm back into stream. And then we went back into it, and we got all that done before 7:30. So that was pretty good, pretty decent. I reckon it was fun. I had my enjoyment. I'm still not a huge fan of the whole weapon degradation thing, but, you know, you kind of, like, work past it once you reach, like, a certain level with, A, the Korok Seeds, being able to have you hold on to multiple weapons, and then, B, the fact that, you know, some of the fights you do, like, you just cheese it by having bombs thrown at everything, like what I was doing near the end there, or doing shock, or you just add, like, you know, the strong elemental attachments to a sword or something or other. So yeah, it was pretty good. So, but yeah, I'll now need to think about what it is. What did I miss? Did I see it? Now I need to think about what it is I will be playing next, because there's not too many things that I've put on my list. And hang on a second. I need to review a release date. Give me a second. I need to review a release date calendar. Okay, so yeah, this Friday I can't stream because I got a work event going off, but next Thursday is the release of Final Fantasy 16, which should be relatively fun. I think I will get Final Fantasy 16 on the PlayStation. Give it a run, give it a try. So that will be something. Let's see, what else? What has been in my current back... So, Tears of the Kingdom, done. So I can strike that through with my... let's see, text, strike, Alt-Shift-5. All right. Currently going through Destiny 2, Alt-Shift... Finished Melody of Memory. So, things that are in my to-do list. Final Fantasy 14, Destiny 2, Dark Souls 2, maybe if I made it like an endless thingamadoogies. Let's have a look. I could start doing franchise shit. Actually, this is a good time to hang on. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Does it have a co-op? Give me a few. Let's have a look. Role-playing, real-time, fantasy. Customize your hero, recruit allies. The original campaign, Sword Coast expansion, and the Dark Pit arenas. Story mode allows players to focus on story and exploration rather than combat. 11 different characters and their subclasses. Recruit people like Minsk. Voice lines. Customize the hero. Adapts 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragon rules. It doesn't mention whether it's co-op or not, though. That's a shame. I was wishing it could tell me that. If it can't tell me that, then it's probably not. But yeah, so like the Boulder Gate series is something I could do. Can I have a hug? Yeah, you can have a hug. Hang on, let me give you a hug. Let me give you a hug, Jin. Look, there's a hug command. And then, like, here we go. Big hugs. Hugs. There we go. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 comes out this month, so I'm most likely going to be playing that. Let's see. Stretching pixelate in the Himbo cams. I have Control Shift 5. Oop. Why doesn't... Alt Shift 5. Okay. Alt Shift 5. So I've done all those changes. But yeah, I'll need to have a look at some of the... Like, I know some people might be interested in seeing me play new games. You think you're dead now when I exert 89% of my power to give a hug. I think it's dangerous. Nah, it's not dangerous at all. Like, these things squish. Don't worry. See? Alrighty. But yeah, I reckon doing an ARPG like Baldur's Gate. Maybe if I had... No, I'm going to save up money. I'm going to save up money so I can get Final Fantasy 16. Because that one I do want to play. Let's see. What else is in... Is there anything else in my to-do list or big thingy-madoogs? Alright. I also need to change the hydrate and the thingy-madoogie. There's a lot of things that I need to do or that I want to do. But yeah. It's probably a worthwhile ask in tomorrow night's stream when I go through an MMO, what sort of games you expect me to go through or would be of interest. Because I reckon if I go through Final Fantasy 16, there's a lot of people that are also going to be going through Final Fantasy 16. Quick, before stream ends, everyone threw stuff at Grant. Oh, if only there was that many people. I would very much love for a whole lot more people throwing stuff at me and, you know, keeping an eye out and, you know, sharing with their friends and what have you. But, you know, it's kind of tricky. Even with right now where I'm streaming like every day this month or every day I'm able to this month, it's, you know, I've not grown like any greater amount or anything like that. So it's possible that I just need to probably stream longer or something on some of the days. Who knows? But, you know, I want to try and do experiments and such. And I feel like maybe next week I'll have a good opportunity to do so because I'll have the Monday off again. And because of toil, I should be able to have Tuesday off to go along with it. So then that way it's either the Tuesday or the Friday. That way I get like a nice long weekend. All right. Let me have a look at who we can go and raid. Give me a few. Give me a few. Yep, we're not using Opera to do our thing. Let's have a look. Who is online? Who are doing things? Kusaki is still... What is Kusaki? Is Kusaki doing something different this time? Would you like to... Kusaki, you can do so by either pressing... Don't know what they're doing. Let's have a look. Thank you for the boops. Sorry, I'm just so distracted. I can't even see what my chat is saying right now as I'm looking at things. Let's see. Wait, is this guy playing Final Fantasy? How is he playing Final Fantasy 16 right now? Oh, it's a demo. I didn't know demos were out. Okay. Meanwhile, what is this dog doing? You know what? Actually, you know who we haven't raided in a while? Gwillem. We have not raided into this absolute, like, big brain dragon in a while. We're gonna go raid into Gwillem. He's pretty cool. He's doing oxygen not included right now. He's which is really nice. All right. What is going to be our raid message? I reckon we'll just go with a really short and sweet, give us your oxygen. That will be a bit of a silly one to go with, and, you know, is different from our Himbo raid message. So, yeah, I reckon that will be a good one. Otherwise, I think that will be that. Thank you, everyone who came along to tonight's stream, or, you know, technically this afternoon stream, but we then went off into the night. I greatly appreciate it. I will be back online tomorrow night as we go through MMO. It might be Final Fantasy 14. It might be Destiny 2. Check out my Twitter in order to get the poll when it comes up, when it's there. Let me see. Is there a Twitter command? Nope, I didn't do a Twitter command because I'm an idiot. But yeah, I'll be online tomorrow night, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.